a former Premier League referee. Good morning. Mark Halsey joins
Morning,
us.
Mark. How are you?
Morning, guys. First thing before we start, I want to know why there was a review for that Rangers disallowed goal. I mean, unbelievable.
Man, don't you start winding me up, man. Honestly,
I'm not, Ali.
I'm telling you, Mark, if that's a free kick, we're as well packed
There
up.
was contact. What are you talking about?
I don't move on, man. Don't
Get them all Gregory Peck's a wipe. There was contact.
Mark, swiftly changing the subject.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to you, I made the point there. I really enjoyed listening to it. Right, I think it's great. I think it's a step forward that we're now getting to listen to this, letting us know how the guys are thinking, why they're giving decisions. However, I don't think that particular piece did them any favour, because I think to everybody, if not everybody, certainly the vast majority, that's a penalty.
Absolutely. I think we've got to applaud Howard with the transparency and letting people listen to that. What we've got to remember is Peter Walton brought that into the MLS, and then obviously Peter brought Howard in to replace him in the MLS for looking after the referees there. So, Peter Walton brought that into the MLS, and then obviously Howard's brought it over to the Premier League. And I think you should perhaps pick up the phone and speak to Peter, because I think that listening to that last night, I watched the game live and I said straight away a penalty. And I think the reason why they didn't give a penalty, and I recommend a review, because there's too much chit-chat going on. They're talking themselves out of making that correct decision. Mm-hmm. That's the problem I think we had there, listening to that. They're going on and going on and going on. Was that a clear and obvious error? Yes. Mm-hmm. I strongly recommend a review. Over, Simon would go to the monitor, look at the monitor, and then he would come back. He would have given a penalty straight away. The same as you look at John Brooks with Van Dijk. Yeah, I watched that live. Clear sending off for me, clear foul in real time, and there's so much chit chat going on. It should be say correct decision, John. Just checking on the offside, possible offside, no offside, bang, correct decision, off he goes. And that I'm not condoning Virgil van Dijk there, but that it went on so long. Van Dijk's thinking, they've got the wrong decision here, so he's going at the referee. VAR was brought in for the hand of God, the Henri France against Republic of Ireland. That's what VAR was brought in for. I mean, and we look at the offside at Man City and Fulham at the weekend.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
What have we learned? What have we learned from that incident? They've learned nothing, because if you go back to last season, Man United, Man City, Rashford and Fernandes, that was clearly offside. I think it was the equaliser, wasn't it? You remember the game? Clearly offside, clearly interfering with an opponent, clearly involved in active play. So we don't seem to have learned from past
Mark,
mistakes.
Here's my question to you, mate. This is my question. Are we now going into a place where officials cannot make their mind up as to what is clear and obvious?
Listen, we sat there I sat and watched that game live with Man City and Fulham on Saturday. I watched it live, okay? Straight away, as soon as that header's gone in, the ball's gone in, I've gone offside. Law, look at law, look at the law. Yeah. They'd have been correcting law. There's too much chat going on.
Well, I was going to say, Mark, is there too many people in the
Law 11 offside. Was Akanji become involved in active play? Did he interfere with an opponent? Yes, he did.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. There's no need for him to go to the monitor. It's clear. It's clear.
So that's a mistake then, effectively, of not applying a simple law.
Absolutely. And again, with the McAllister, I'd like to have seen the conversation when McAllister was sent off at Liverpool. Yeah. Because clearly they were wrong in law. So why has VAR not got involved in the McAllister send-off? Because it didn't meet the criteria in law for serious foul play. So why wasn't a VAR recommending that? Because Liverpool and McAllister won their appeal. So obviously they were wrong in law.
So, Mark, you mentioned the chatter, too much chatter. Are we talking about there's too many people in that VAR room then?
Well, yeah, because obviously the AVAR, he's there to see what's going on, why the referee or the VAR is looking at the incident. So, listen, you're not mates for 90 plus minutes. You are not mates. You're in that bunker to come to the right decision. Cut out all the chat. There's too much chat going on in that room. Was it correct? Was it a clear and obvious error? No, let's move on. Yeah. Was this a clear and obvious error with with Simon Hooper, Man United Wolves, and the penalty to Wolves? Yes, it was. Yeah, you only got to look at it. Yes, that is a free kick anywhere in the pitch, on the pitch, and in the penalty area. That's a clear penalty.
Yeah.
Cut out the chat. Was it a clear and obvious error? Yes, it was. Fulham can feel hard done by this season because they've had some decisions go against them this season. If you look at the Arsenal Man United on Sunday, the penalty, Havertz, great use of VAR.
Agreed.
Great use of VAR.
Agreed.
Right? Okay, but where was VAR? We've got to get this consistency. Where was VAR for Fulham v Brentford when Tim Ream was sent off? That has never ever been a penalty or a yellow card, a second yellow card. So that was a clear and obvious error because it wasn't a penalty. Darren Bond, it just wasn't a penalty. So why did VAR get involved in that?
So, Mark, is this television programme good or bad for referees? Will it help us clear things up?
Listen, VAR is good for the game, but it's got to be implemented correctly. And at the moment, we're seeing far too many inconsistencies, and it's not implemented correctly at the moment. Cut out the chat. We're not mates for 90 plus minutes. It's about applying law and coming to the correct decision. As I said, it was there for the likes of the Henry handball, the hand of God. That's what it's there for. The absolute howler. And we just look. You can look at things as long as you want. You can look at that incident at Old Trafford, Man United, Wolves. Bang! Look at a penalty. So they're looking at it. You can find whatever you want if you look at it so many times.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.